Hey you guys, it's Jess. I'm here today to talk to you about time management, everybody's favorite topic. We have decided that we're not going to post a group video in May with Tiffany just on board, and we're trying to, figure out how all of our schedules are going to work together and figure out when we're going to record and everything like that. And people are going to be traveling, and May just turned out to be, it would have been a little bit too crazy, and we wanted to make sure that we had something worthwhile to share with you rather than a thrown together 4-person video. So stay tuned in June when the 4 of us will be here together, the 4 of us, for the very first time, which is very exciting. We're so excited to have Tiffany as part of Spring Now, and I hope you guys are excited too. She's going to be awesome. So welcome, Tiffany. So today, for time management, I'm actually going to go a different direction and ask you guys some questions because I am having a little bit of a problem as far as time management goes. I've discovered recently, maybe not so recently, but it's been more of a problem recently. I have a major addiction to checking my email, and it gets in the way of everything. Oh my God, it just gets in the way of everything. I literally check my email about every 3 minutes. Some days it's not that bad. Some days I can actually turn it off and not check it for a little while, but some days it's like it's just constantly there. I'm constantly checking it, not really getting anything done. And then all of a sudden it's 9 o'clock at night and I've done, half of what's on my to-do list. And I spent the other half of the time just checking my email over and over. I guess I'm being a little bit dramatic. It's not that bad, but it definitely, I could be a lot more productive than I am from day to day if I could just turn off my freaking email. So what I would love to know from you guys is, do any of you have this problem also, first of all? Second of all, have any of you had this problem in the past and you successfully turned off your email and you're no longer addicted? And third, if you are one of those people that successfully beat your email addiction, how did you do it? Please help me. What else can I say on the topic of time management? One thing that does work for me, actually, I'm a big list person, so I always have lots of lists going all at the same time, and my main one is like a digital sticky note on my computer, so I'm constantly adding to it and subtracting things all day long. But one thing that I started doing a few months ago was I started putting the estimated time that I thought it would take to complete each thing on my to-do list. Like I tend to have a list first thing in the morning that's like 15 or 20 things long, and that looks really daunting first thing in the morning. It's like, where do I even begin? Because there are so many things to do. I don't know where to begin. They all look like they're equally important. But when I started putting time, the amount of time that each one would take, it allowed me to kind of prioritize each thing on my list. So one thing that works for me pretty well is to knock off a lot of the things that don't take that much time first thing, just so my list can look a little bit shorter and more manageable. And that just sort of gives my brain the little boost that it needs to say, okay, you're getting things done. Let's keep being productive. So that's definitely one thing that has worked for me. What's another thing that's worked for me as far as time management goes? I've noticed that if I can just start, like a lot of the time I'll just waste a lot of time before I start actually working on something. Like I'll check Twitter and I'll check my Facebook account and I'll check my email, obviously, which we already talked about, and I'll check like every possible thing that I could check, like my website stats and everything. But if I can just get myself to start a project without having to go through all that checking of stuff, once I've started, it's easy, and I love working. I love what I do, so I do love doing you know, pretty much everything that's on my list, but it's just that starting sometimes that's really the hard part for me. So again, if any of you guys have any tips on you know, how to just start, or if you have anything to say about just starting or procrastinating starting, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, because it's definitely something that I could use some tips on. So anyway, I guess that's about all I have to say. If you guys want to leave comments, that would be awesome. I seriously would love your help. Um, if you want to record your own video as a response, that would also be awesome. We would love to post it on the site. Yeah, record videos. Oh my God, that would be so awesome. We would love it. So yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you're all having a really good day and that you have a really awesome week. And somebody, I can't remember who, I think it might be Michelle, will be back next week with her own video on time management also. Don't be surprised if it's not Michelle and it's somebody else, because I can't remember off the top of my head who it's going to be. So anyway, have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.